What two big mistakes did he make on that day?
He didn't bring a phone or didn't tell anyone where he was.
Yeah, he didn't tell anybody where he was going, and he didn't bring a mobile phone with him. That's not good. Yeah.
Very not good.
Really not good. What happened when Aaron was climbing down the canyon? All right, you done building a house?
What?
You done building the house?
No.
You're still building the house? Okay, you got to take a break. We can do our test. Put the hammers away. And the saws. And the nails. Sheesh. Okay. Everything calm now? Everything okay? Everything good?
Yes.
All right. Now, what in the world happened yesterday? I sat here and I waited and I waited and I waited. You didn't have your test. You didn't have your reading. You didn't have this. You didn't have that. What was going on? What happened? We had to reschedule. Your test was supposed to be 6:45 yesterday. And then we had to reschedule for today. What happened? Where were you?
My mom said it was 7 o'clock.
6:45. Yeesh. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Next time you check the text messages. Say, Mom, I want to see the text message.
My mom is at work.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. All right. So I got everybody done except you. So now we got to do you. How was your day?
Fine.
What did you do today?
I went to school.
You went to school. Isn't it still summer holidays?
No one. I have school now.
Did you just start your new year? Or you haven't had a holiday yet? No, you have to be. It's already July. When did
I just started it yesterday.
Okay, so you're in grade what now?
Grade 4.
So now you're in grade 4. Yesterday was day 1, grade 4.
Yes.
Ma, I thought you were like in grade 12.
What? No.
No. Oof. My God. All right. So you have your test papers now. So you know what topics we're going to talk about. Part-time jobs and gap year and about Aaron Ralston's story being stuck in the canyon. Yeah?
Yeah.
Where? Where is it? I'm going to do what you should do to your mom. Evidence. Okay. There it is. I see. Did you read about Aaron Ralston before the test?
Yes.
Okay. That's a good girl. So, with nothing left to do or to say, no lots to do, nothing more to say, let's go to part 1, social interaction. All right. So in our part 1, social interaction, the first topic, as you know, is going to be part-time jobs. Now, we had a lesson on part-time jobs, kids in Europe and in Americas. In the Americas, we talked about different kinds of jobs. Some kids working on computers, some working with horses, some doing lifeguards, some working in shops, some working delivering newspapers, all kinds of different things. I know that in Asia, it's not common for teenagers to do part-time jobs. In Vietnam, I see a lot of university students get part-time jobs, which I would think would be difficult because they have so much studies to do, but that's okay. I've always had a part-time job. No choice. I needed money. But I want to know, do you think part-time jobs are a good idea for teenagers?
Yes, because they can get money and save them with something important soon.
So you think part-time job, the best part is to be able to save some money?
Maybe.
There's no such thing as a maybe for an answer in a test with Trevor.
Yes.
Yes, huh? Okay. Do you remember what I said about part-time jobs in our lesson? Because I made some comments in our class about what I thought was the most important thing about getting some part-time jobs when you're younger. Do you remember what I said?
No.
Unbelievable. I'm teaching to the walls. All right, you macaroni. I had said to you that, I said to all of you, that a smart kid, smart teenager, smart young adult, when they're in school and they're studying and they're doing part-time jobs, they should really try to find a part-time job where they're going to learn a skill. Right? Learning skills, because this is the perfect opportunity. You don't have responsibilities yet. All right. So you're doing some extra work outside of your studies. And if you actually pick jobs that you're going to learn something from, it's like going to school and getting paid for it. So my advice, not that you asked me for my advice, but I think it's really good advice for all students, especially, is to always try to find something where you're going to learn something. If you want to be a chef, then maybe you should work in a restaurant or a pastry shop or a bakery or something. If you like computers and you want to be in technology, maybe you should be working in a computer shop. If you really like music, maybe you should be working in a music store. If you want to be an English teacher and you're learning English like you are, a really great part-time job is like the girls that come and work here. All the girls that work here down in our administration and help me do all the slides for our classes and videos, they're all university students learning English. So now they're coming here, working with a native teacher 10, 15, 20 hours a week, and they're getting paid to make all the lessons and build their English and speak with me. Who do you think is learning English faster? The students from the university or you?
Students from university.
Yeah, you spend 2-3 hours with me and your mom pays for it. They spend 15, 20 hours a week with me. They do all the lessons, every level, and learn all the vocabulary and have conversation with me. And I pay them. I don't understand this. I think they should pay me to work here. What do you think? You think they should pay me?
Yeah, because they're helping you.
Yeah, they make my job a lot easier. So we don't pay them very much. It's a very low rate because they're university students. But the value they're getting to work on computers, they're making presentations, they're working with natives, a native. That's a smart part-time job. So that's something you should remember when the time comes. If you're going to get a part-time job, I highly recommend that you go to English First or ILP or, whatever language centers you have around your house and try to get a part-time job there in the administration or as a teacher's assistant. And then you make some money and you learn more English. Good experience. Okay, that's my advice. You're tested. I'm sitting here giving you life and job advice. Unbelievable. I got to charge more money. So, back to the question, do you think part-time jobs are a good idea? And you said to make extra money and save up for something. Do you agree that not only the money, but even more, to your opinion, do you agree that it might even be more important to try to pick a job where you're going to learn some skills?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to get a job at the macro being a cashier, just going ching, $2 million rupiah, ching, 2,346,000,000 dong, I'll bag that for you, You're not going to learn anything doing a job like that. That's not going to help you. Number 2. What kind of job would you like to do as a part-time job?
A chef.
Ah, that's a really good idea. If you can get into a restaurant and become a like a prep cook or something, that's the one who puts the dishes together and they learn how to make all the salads and prepare everything for the chef and they get to watch them cook. That's a great way to learn the kitchen and learn the business and get a lot of cooking tricks and tips and knowledge. Yeah. So do you think that's what you might want to be, a chef in the future?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I know it's a lot of hard work in the beginning because it's a rough industry, but once you get good at it, you can make a really good career. I know some chefs that are making a lot of money if you get into the hotels. Okay, good job. So your choice for part-time job is easy now.
What?
You know, everything is easy. You know exactly what you're going to do. You're going to get into high school and the university or culinary school, probably, to be a chef, which is not as expensive as the university. So that's good. And then you can work part-time in some of the good restaurants around and you'll become a great chef. And I'll come and eat in your restaurant when I come visit. Make me a bacon cheese smash burger. All right. So who do we have in your class? You know Cheese pretty good and his personality and his characteristics. What part-time job do you think Cheese would be good at?
A farmer.
A farmer. He looks like a farmer. He's got that big happy smile. If you put some coveralls on him and give him a haystack or a hay, what do you call that? A pick? Hay pick? I don't know what it's called. Hay fork? I don't know. I'll have to find out what the word of that is. And hay shovel. I know I got it wrong, but what makes you think he'd make a good farmer?
Because he can grow some plants that
He can go to some land, but what makes you think his personality, what makes you think from classes that he would make a good farmer? Why do you think that? I mean, I would say Jason. Nah, he'd probably be a good farmer. I think he's already a potato farmer.
Oh yeah, potato farmer.
What about Benicia? What kind of a job do you think Benicia would be good at? A TV inspector?
TV what?
TV inspector. She just checks out to make sure the TVs work well and watches TVs and tests them.
Maybe a nurse.
A nurse. Oh. I wonder if she likes blood. I'll have to ask her next time I see her. All right. Okay, let's go to our topic 2. All right, now our topic 2, we're going to talk about that gap year again. That was another one we talked about with this was adventure. No. Interest 10 is going to be adventures. This was experience. That's right. So here's another topic we had about life experience, having a gap year. Do you remember what a gap year is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do people do when they take a gap year?
They take a break.
Yeah. Do you remember when?
No.
Yeah. See, they graduate high school first. All right. Finish grade 12. Then they take 1 year off before they go become a chef or a nurse or an engineer or a doctor or a lawyer or whatever it is. All right. So it's 1 year off before university to go do something, again, to learn some new skills or get some new experience. Maybe it's just to do some traveling if they can afford it. Maybe it's to volunteer to do some work somewhere in another country, maybe. Or maybe it's just to take some interest courses. Remember, there was one guy we read about. I think what he did on his break was he went to the French Alps in a ski resort so that he could do an instructor course to teach skiing for, I think it was for 6 months, and the other 6 months he was going to be a ski instructor, and then use that money to put towards his university when he came back. So he kind of learns something he wants to do, gets some life experience, and put a little money away on the side too for future things. Did you hear everything, or did I freeze, or did you freeze?
You froze a little.
I froze too.
Then move again and freeze.
Okay, and you froze here too. So
Yeah.
do you think taking a gap year off is a smart thing to do? Now, it's not about whether your mom and dad would say that you could have one, but what do you think about the gap years? Do you think it's a good thing, or no, should just go straight to university or college or culinary school? What do you think?
Yes, because taking a gap year can help you. Yes, because taking a gap year can help you figure out your favorite hobby or learn some new skills.
Yeah, absolutely. What would you like to do if you had a gap year? I have an idea, but I'm not going to tell you until you tell me first. You go first.
Maybe go some adventures.
What kind of an adventure would you like to take?
Space.
Space? So you got to go hang out with aliens.
Alien lives in space.
Well, he's got a spaceship, remember? So he could take you for a trip around the moon and back. I'll go with you guys.
Then wear your astronaut suit. I forget what it's called.
Yeah, astronaut suit. I think that's what they call it. I don't think there's a special name for it. All right. Well, it's highly unlikely that you're going to get to go to outer space on your gap year. So let's be realistic. What do you think would be a good thing to do? What kind of an adventure is possible? Or at least something that you would, if you didn't have to worry about money, where would you like to go?
A mountain to hide.
A mountain to hide? What kind of an adventure is that? You're going to meet some bears?
Yeah.
Don't want to come to Vietnam and meet some of the kids in Newway? Spend the summer up here? You and Benicia?
Benicia?
You and Benicia. Yeah, you guys can come spend the summer in Vietnam at Newway. That would be cool. What?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be really cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I have an idea. Do you want to know my idea?
Yeah.
If you really continue to want to be a chef, this is what I would do. If I was still in school and I wanted to be a chef, of course, as soon as I'm old enough, I would get some part-time jobs and try to get into the nicest kitchens that I can get into, not the street stuff. I try to get into a nice restaurant so I can really learn something and focus on going to culinary. It's called a culinary school. That's where you go to school to become a chef. But I would take a gap. If I could take a gap year, I would take it. But you know what I would do to really get some experience with trying to become a chef and also to really understand what it is like to be a full-time chef or cook or prep sous chef. And that way I would be sure that, okay, now I know for sure I do want to go spend the money in a culinary school to become a chef, Or maybe I do it for 1 year and it's like, oh my God, no way, I don't want to be a chef. I would apply to go work on a cruise ship. I knew a girl in Indonesia. I can't remember her name. She was an English student. And it wasn't that she wanted to become a chef, but she would go work on cruise ships, and then she got to travel all around the world on different ships and worked on the ships. I don't even remember what job she did on the boats, but she met tons of people all around the world, and they give you places to live there, and you live with the coworkers, and you work and you get paid, and you're on a cruise ship. You get to travel. So I think if I was going to be a chef, that's what I would try to do. I would try to get on a couple of cruise ships on my gap year. I do 2 things. I make money. I do 3 things. Again, skills, right? Uh-oh. She's frozen on me again. You're back. Okay. You would get experience and see what it's like working full-time in a kitchen. So, you froze again. What's with all the freezing? Okay. No more freezing. You would be working full-time in a really nice kitchen. You would make lots of new friends all around the world. You would be traveling and get to go to all kinds of islands and ports and countries around the world. And you get paid.
You can get paid by those.
Well, because you would be getting a job to work on a cruise ship. And if you spend 3 years in high school getting experience working in kitchens, right? And you work your way up, you work hard, you would have experience now to apply to a cruise ship company and say, I'm going to take a gap year off because I'm going to become a chef, and I would like to work in your kitchen on your ship. And if they hire you, of course they're going to pay you too. Did you hear that, or did you freeze? I don't think I'm frozen. Am I frozen? Is this playing? No, I'm not. Mom, I didn't lose the connection. Did you hear everything I said? Okay, Glory, sign out and sign back in again. See if we can get a better connection. Sign out and sign back in. See if we can get a better connection. Okay. Okay. We're back. Hopefully we have a better connection. All right. Did you hear what I said about all the benefits? Yeah. Like you would work full-time in the kitchen, you would get paid, you would make new friends, and you would travel all around the world working on cruise ships. Does that sound cool?
Yes.
I think it sounds really cool. That would be a really smart choice, and it would give you a ton of experience, and then you'd really know if you want to be before you go to culinary school to be a chef, this would really give you the experience to know if that's what you really want to do. Yeah. So when you get old enough and you get into high school, make sure you ask me about this, and I'll help you try to get a job on a cruise ship. Okay?
Okay.
All right. What do you think about a gap year? What would you like to do if you had a gap year and you want to go hide on a mountain? No, you want to go work on a cruise ship. Don't want to hide on a mountain. No Wi-Fi on the mountain either. What do you wish you could do on your summer holidays? Okay. Now, I wrote this question because I really didn't know what to ask you guys. But I noticed that I ask all the kids, because except you, everybody's still on summer holidays. And everybody said they're not doing anything. They're just sitting at home every day, watching TV, playing games, sometimes go out and play badminton. And I'm like, oh my God, that's a terrible summer holiday. So, what would you like to do if you could do something different on a summer holiday, right? How much time do you get off? 4, 5, 6 weeks, 7 weeks? How long is your summer holiday?
2 months.
2 months. Yeah. Okay. It's usually 2 months. That's a lot of time to do something. What would you like to do? If you could.
I will go on a vacation or go to Bali or Singapore.
Just do a little bit of traveling would be nice.
Yeah.
To do what? Shopping?
No, just rest a little bit and.
Yeah. You could rest right there on all those pillows and blankets and tigers and bears and everything you have behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I would like to learn how to sail a sailboat. That's what I'd like to do on my summer holidays. I wish I could have. I know I met a guy, and that's what his dad would do, or his mom and dad. Every summer holiday, he wouldn't let the kids stay home. Obviously, they were in good financial conditions, but they would always send them off to camps and different things to learn skills. And one that he talked about a lot was that often they would send him to sailing schools in the summer. So he'd spend the summer sailing sailboats around and learning how to do that. It's like, wow, I wish I could have learned that. That would have been cool. I should have been bugging my parents when I was a kid, but I didn't know about it then. Reading comprehension. Let's go to part 2. Okay, yeah, Aaron Ralston, quite the experience he had. Would you like to have an experience like Aaron Ralston?
No, that would be very painful.
Yeah, how painful did he say it was?
100 and any pain.
100 times worse. Yeah, 100 times worse than any pain he had ever felt before. Wow, that's crazy. All right. So let's start with telling me, what did Aaron do in April 2003 so that anybody watching your video will know what we're talking about before they Google it wrong.
He went to Blue John Canyon to hike.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he went hiking in Blue John Canyon. Where's Blue John Canyon? It's not a place. Utah. Where's Utah? Africa. It's in their story. It's in one of the states in the USA. One of the states in the States of America, United States of America. It's kind of what, Midwest, I think. It's getting close to the Rocky Mountains. Yeah. All right. So he was hiking out there, but he made some mistakes. What 2 big mistakes did he make on that day?
He didn't bring a phone or didn't tell anyone where he was.
Yeah, he didn't tell anybody where he was going, and he didn't bring a mobile phone with him. That's not good. Yeah.
Very not good.
Really not good. What happened when Aaron was climbing down the canyon? Right? He was climbing down between 2 narrow canyon walls. What happened?
A large rock fell on his arm.
Yeah. Did it fall on his arm? Is that what happened?
It fell between the rods and
between the wall. Yeah.
Between the walls, and it was stuck his arm. That's
right. So if for example, if this was the canyon, right? Because what he did actually is because later it's confusing, and I had to Google it and find Blue John Canyon to understand what was going on, because it says later that he climbed down when he was trying to get out. But anyway, what happened was he climbed up onto a plateau, and then once he got on the plateau, there was a canyon on top of the plateau. So he climbed down again. So he climbed up, and then he climbed down again, and it was a narrow canyon. And then when the rock fell, right, the rock, he was climbing down, and the rock went and jammed in between the walls. And while it jammed, his arm was stuck between the rock and the wall. So he was like, I can't get my arm out. You remember the pictures I showed you? Where he was stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was stuck.
It was very heavy. He couldn't lift it up.
A 360 kilogram rock. Yeah, it was like a boulder is what we called that. Remember, that was in our vocabulary. Yeah, there's no way you're going to move that. That's huge. And not only that, but the leverage, it's jammed in between the rocks. So, I mean, not only is it 360 kilograms to try to push it, but it's already stuck. So it's like twice as heavy. Yeah, no, there's no way he was going to move the rock. Not going to happen. All right, so he's down there and he got pinned to the wall. I forget how they said it. Jammed, pinned. I don't remember what word they used. To the canyon. So here he is, down in the canyon. Nobody knows where.
I was talking to my grandma.
All right. So he's down there. Nobody knows where he is. He's trapped. Do you remember how long he was there?
Like an hour.
An hour. 5 days.
Oh, yeah.
Like 120 some hours he was stuck there for 5 days because he even ran out of food and ran out of water and everything. So how did Aaron try to free himself? He tried to get out. He tried 3 things. What 3 things did he try?
He tried pulling his arm out.
Tried to pull it out. That's right. Tried to move the rock, tried to pull his arm out.
And he tried to break the rock with his knife.
Yeah, he tried to break edges of the rock off, hopefully to free his arm. That didn't work. Lucky he didn't break his knife.
And he tried to move the rock.
How did he try to move the rock? How did he try to move the rock the 3rd time? Tried to use the ropes that he had. It's kind of hard to visualize it. There was no video there or no pictures to show that, but he had some climbing ropes with him. And if I remember correctly, when I watched the movie, because they did make a movie about it, and it's a really good movie, he threw the rope around some kind of a ledge somewhere where there was leverage, and then he wrapped the rope underneath. So he was trying to hope to pull the rope and pull the rock up a bit, and he was trying to do it that way. But again, the 360 kilograms and jammed in between the rocks, there was just no way he was going to move that. So that all failed. He ran out of food. He was running out. Well, I think he ran out of food already. He was out of water. It was 5 days he was stuck in that canyon. Stuck. How did Aaron finally free himself?
By cutting his arm with a knife.
Yeah. Cutting his arm. You just cut his arm. That's it. Oh, I'm okay now.
No, it was hard. So he tried to break the bones also.
Yeah, he had to break the bones first. Horrible, horrible event. And then he had to cut it off. He had to cut his arm off. How long did it take him to cut his arm off?
An hour.
Took an hour. Was it fun?
No.
Why didn't he just order some pizza? Yeah, pizza.
Huh?
Yeah, send me a pepperoni pizza. I'm hungry. He could have ate a pizza and hung around for a couple more days and maybe someone would find him. Why didn't he just order some pizza?
Because he didn't bring a phone.
Yeah, I was just trying to catch you there. Yeah, all right. So it also said how he wrapped a cloth around his arm. Do you know why? Do you know why he took a cloth and wrapped it around his arm? And then probably used his knife or something to create a tourniquet, is what it's called, I think. Do you know why he did that? And then he twisted it, and he twisted it, and he twisted it, and he twisted it real tight before he cut his arm off. Do you know why he did that?
Because if he didn't, he will lose a lot of blood and die.
That's right. That's right. Nobody knew that, but you did. Good girl. Yeah, because the way the blood runs through your body, right? Everything gets filtered through the heart, and the heart pumps the blood out through these arteries, these big arteries. And you have a big artery, one that goes up to your brain, of course, because your brain needs oxygen, and then one that goes down each arm and one that goes down each leg. And that's the artery. Those are the main arteries. The aerator. I don't remember the names. I'm not a doctor. But that's how it pumps the blood into the parts of your body, and then your body manages it and does what it has to do. But if you cut off an arm or a leg or something like that, you have another big problem, is that the heart is still pumping blood. So the blood's going to keep coming out. And then, of course, if you lose all your blood, you're going to pass out, fall asleep, and you're not going to wake up. So you have to stop the bleeding. So that's why they tie up something around the injury or the wound to stop or limit the amount of blood that comes out. Because if they don't, yeah, bigger problem. No way he's going to make it 12 kilometers back to his car. Very good. Very good. Very good. All right. So he cut his arm off. He's wrapped himself up. He's climbed back up out of the canyon. How did he get rescued?
He found some other hikers, and a helicopter came to rescue them or him.
How did they get a helicopter?
A helicopter just came to rescue them.
Happened to be someone flying around in the helicopter. Hey, look, looks like a guy lost an arm. Maybe I should go see what's going on. You think that's what happened?
No.
What does your instincts tell you? What does your gut tell you? How do you think they got a helicopter there? What do you think happened?
Maybe he tried to get the helicopter's attention.
So just accident. There happened to be a helicopter in the area, and they just waved him down. Hey, help!
No.
Oh, think. Critical thinking. How could they have gotten a helicopter? How would you get a helicopter if you needed someone to save someone? The hikers had a phone. The hikers that he found, or that found him, right? They called the helicopter or the rescuer. I'm sure in those areas they probably have search and rescue numbers, emergency numbers, or than just the 911 emergency, and then they would connect you to whoever had the helicopters, so they could come and get him. So remember, because he was found by a couple of other hikers in the canyon, right? They called the helicopter because they had a phone. They didn't make the same mistake. Do you think he had a pizza after that?
Maybe.
First thing I would have done, I would say, now you got the helicopter here. Give me that phone. I got to order a pepperoni pizza. I'd be hungry. Have it delivered to where the hospital is. Yeah. So this lesson, not about the things I suggested, but what are the two lessons that you can learn from this lesson today? Or from the
always bring a phone, and always tell everybody, anyone that you know where you are going, so they will come and help you.
If you don't come back, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, never go off hiking in the forest or woods or a park or even if you're just going, through this. You live in a huge city, Jakarta. So always make sure you have a phone when you do some traveling, and make sure that mom, dad, grandma, your friends, someone knows where you're going in case something happens. Absolutely. All right, you little macaroni. Are you ready for next Monday?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's next Monday?
Huh?
What's next Monday? Party?
A class.
Well, we just finished interest 9. So we're going to go to
Interest 10.
interest 10. Yeah. So we'll have lesson 1, which is, I forget the name of it. I already finished it. But yeah, lesson 1 will be next Monday for interest 10. Good job. And good job on winning the vocab challenge. Woohoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to build up that vocabulary. All right, Glory, we'll see you in reading on Thursday, and I'll see you again on Monday. So have a wonderful Tuesday evening. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.